Ah, cool. I never put on a second set of cargo pants, I guess. Well, that'll help keep me warm. Let me see if it'll let me check the other cabin. I like this better than the first map. It's a lot more spread out, so it feels like they really took the training wheels off. Like, I really have to go farther. Okay, so this one isn't locked. I really do like how they've added, you know, bits of trash and other just random things to make these feel just a little bit more interesting. I like it. It's a broom. Let me turn back on this so I can see a little bit better.
This will come in handy.
Not yet. We'll be sleeping later, but not yet. I don't even know why I grab all this paper. I just end up, like, not using it. Cool. Ah, see, I almost missed the medical shelf.
Hope I can still eat this.
Nah, I think we're done in here. If I remember right, there are a few more buildings we can visit. And I think we have just enough time to do that and head back before it gets too dark. Assuming, of course, they haven't, you know, positioned any strategically placed wolves in the wrong areas. You also noticed, if you've been paying attention, that Mystery Lake has a little island in the center. I don't think there's ever really anything on it. In fact, I'm not even sure if this one you can even get on it. It might be too, like, steep. There's also a number of fishing cabins. Those are where you do your fishing, which we will look into doing, just so you guys see what it's like. But like I said, I'm not really gonna do much with it. There's also usually a little bit of supplies in them too, so they're alright. They're alright. So those little green cabins on the lake are the fishing cabins. And you're more or less seeing the exact thing that happens when you explore these, just little bits of supplies here and there. They're actually being a bit more generous than they usually are in the sandbox. The small note looks to have been left for someone in particular. Hard to imagine, as the area is quite sparse. A. I'm heading to the clear cut. Put some supplies aside for us, away from prying eyes. If you need something, look for the old stump between two log piles. Does it mark it on my map? Ah, it's way up there. I think we can work that into our route going up to the lookout point. It's not exactly on the way, but we can make it work into our route and not have to go too far out of the way. They're really generous with supplies in the single player, though. Gotta say. Do I actually need all this paper? Not really. I don't need all these books. And I don't need all this paper. Fire logs are pretty decent, but yeah, I'm gonna stop picking up books and paper. It kind of goes against my thing. I can't stand leaving stuff behind in these games. I'd rather just stockpile it all in my one spot. I thought I heard a sound, but dang it. But I'm gonna start leaving them because it's just silly for me to keep picking up all this crap, and I'm still really heavy. Drop all that. Just a lot of stuff here. Look at all those cattail stalks I have. That'll help, but I've got a lot of clothing here too. I want to bring it back and break it down though. Like figure out what's better, what's worse, and then break down the worst stuff. I think all the wolves are kind of concentrated at the other end. I don't really see any on this end. So we might take a peek at this fishing cabin real quick. Trying to get my bearings again. The cabins we were at were over there. So behind this island, in fact, we are roughly at the middle of the screen, if you can't see my mouse. That's the island for Mystery Lake. So you can get on it, but there's not really anything on it. There might be some sticks, that's about it. There's another cabin over there. So we'll investigate that cabin too, and then we'll head back. We may have to take the long way back again, though. It is becoming nighttime. So, fishing cabin. They're really not a good shelter. They're kind of like a last-ditch effort shelter. Better than nowhere else. They do have a door, so you can keep the wolves away. They do have a stove, so you can heat it up in here, and I think this actually counts as an indoor section. So, if you have a fire going and, you know, pretty much more clothes than, like, no clothes, it's enough. The annoying thing, of course, is you got to keep a fire running to stay warm. And then, to do ice fishing, you break open the hole with your hatchet, or your knife, or your pry bar. So you break the ice. And then you can go fishing. Which I probably should not do at this time of night. I did not think about that. Not a good idea. No fish. Great. This was a bad idea. I didn't even think about it. So, anyway. That's how those work. I didn't catch anything. What happens is you tell it, okay, I want to fish for 3 hours, and then for 3 hours you have a chance of catching a fish, and it'll stop your progress bar if you catch one. You can cook them, you can not cook them, and you risk getting, like, something. Trying to get my bearings again. I got a little bit dizzy. Let's see. Yeah, told you, sticks. Want to say that's the way we're going to get out of here. But there were an awful lot of wolves there earlier. But then again, I do have a lot of flares, don't I? We could flare it up. Not matches. You got 4 flares. I could pop a flare if I need to. Okay, how about this? We're going to pull out the lantern. This might be so slow that it doesn't work for us. And I regret ever having done this. But we'll give it a shot. Maybe if we're lucky the wolves have moved. Maybe not. They do move sometimes. Sometimes they move right up next to the cabin. That's the one danger about this cabin up here. The camp cabin or whatever. The one that we're going to be staying at. Is that one of the wolves' pads... Yes, I think I see one. I think I see another one. One of the wolves' pads has it go, like, right next to the cabin. I definitely see one. And I think that's a second one. It's kinda hard to tell, though. Okay, I cannot see him. But theoretically, he should be scared of me. I've got a distinct feeling that he is in fact not scared of me. I see him behind me now. I can see the cabin though. Even if it only deters them for like another 30 seconds, that's all I need. I don't need it to scare them away, I just need them to not chase after me. I think it might be deterring them enough. I think we're gonna make it. We did the dumb choice, but we're going home, boys. Suck it, wolves. Get me in, get me in. Lock the door. No wolves coming in today. Whew. Alright. Tutorial section's over now. So unfortunately we don't get oh, hello there, hatchet. Extra hatchet. We don't get unlimited fire anymore. So we're gonna have to use our own, fuel and everything to do fires. And as usual, I'm gonna skip through the night. And if I come across anything interesting, I'll let you know, but I think it's unlikely. We're just gonna skip through the night, sleep, and I'll probably repair some clothes or something. So, see you guys in a bit. Alright, welcome back. I think we're all well rested. Weight's a little bit lower. Didn't go and stitch up any of my clothing yet, but we can do that later. And it'll get a little bit better. Clothing's alright. It's not too bad right off. And yes, that was good. We're all prepared. Just as a reminder, we are right here at the camp office. I don't think I really cannot remember if the mouse shows, but I don't think it does. We went down under Mystery Lake and kind of went around back, went to the middle, and then zipped across back to there. So we're going to go back up this. Lookout over here is very high up, so I kind of have to go around it and then climb up a mountain to get up to it. So I'm kind of thinking maybe we'll stick to the track, get to the dam, do the thing we need to do there. Assumedly we have to head back, so I can take a different route back. That will go get us by the supply cache and by the lookout, and then we can come back down this way. Or we might head back to the track, because coming back through the forest, I'm not super familiar with that route, and I don't know if there's a whole lot of extra cover on the way, so we might take a slightly safer route. Gotta be careful when coming out of this place. Like I said, they might have changed it for story mode, but the wolves like to hang out outside here randomly. Luckily, if they're on one side, there is 2 entrances. There's one on the back. So, you can go back in and then just kind of circle around. There it is. Like I said, it's on top of a tall mountain, so we kind of have to walk around the mountain and climb it from the backside. It's a little out of our way right now, based upon where we're at currently, but we'll take a different route back if it lets us. I'm assuming it will. And we'll go up to the lookout spot. Of course, then again, maybe it'd be a good idea to go to it before we get there. Like, what if we run into the bear when we get there? And it'd be nice if we had a gun. Let me think of a route to take. I think we can kind of loop around this mountain and do it. We're gonna try it. Because I thought about that just now and I'm like, nah. What if there's a bear there and then we have to take the quickest route we can back or something? I don't know if the game will do that or not, but I'd hate to get stuck in that situation and I missed my chance to go to the lookout. Alright, so this is a peaceful little valley here. You'll notice there's a lot of rabbits, so this is a good spot to set up snares if you're ever residing primarily in that cabin that we were just in. This is a good spot to set up snares. It's pretty close. There aren't usually too many wolves over here, I see. So usually pretty okay. Though I say that and I see one way down there. But they usually don't come all the way up here, is what I'm saying. This is good stuff. Gotta collect it. Good for treating all my wolf bites after I get into stupid wolf battles. Let me see what our temperature's like. It is okay. I went ahead and made a cup of coffee. I wasn't sure if we were going to get enough rest over the night, but I think we did. So I'm not going to take it yet. The lookout's another pretty decent, like, spot to stay at. The problem is it takes a little bit of work to get up to it. Like, you gotta do a little traveling to get up and down it. So it's not a great spot for that reason. But it does have a lot of the usual amenities that you want in a spot to stay for a while. So it'll be a good spot to stay if we need to. Wait a second. What is that? That's a new one, I think. I think that's a new one. We'll have to investigate that as well. For sure. Okay. We're currently located somewhere down here. You know, I wonder if that's the original lookout up here, and this is a different one. That could be the case. The radio tower's new. But I thought the lookout was a little closer to the trapper's cabin. So that might actually be the case. How the heck do you get up here? Where's that? Oh, this is dangerous, what we're doing right now. Let's not do that. Where is that? That's somewhere down here. What I'm looking at. How the heck do we get up there? Alright, new plan. We're going to put off going up there for a second. I want to see where this other place is. I want to confirm my suspicion if this is in fact the original lookout point and they added that one. Once again, it's been a while, so my memory might be failing me. That's kind of what it seems like to me. Maybe there's a spot right there. Ooh. Where am I walking? I'm not paying attention to where I'm walking. Okay. I'm not 100% sure how to get up this one either. I want to say you have to start way down there, and there's a path. What we're doing right now, this is slightly dangerous. And if the game decides to do it, we might have like a sprained ankle. Yeah, this is how you get up there. I'm sure I could do a little shortcut this way, but there's a little sign here that says something about how this is like the lookout point. And I wonder if story-wise, then maybe they're going to put a little note here. You also got to be careful because this clear cut sometimes has wolves in it. I like that they made a whole big sign just to tell you that up here's the lookout point. But I'm pretty positive now this is the original lookout point from the sandbox maps. It looks like it burned down, but there's a tower next to it. A radio tower. So there might still be something of interest up here. As for the other one, I'm thinking we're going to have to keep circling around that mountain until we figure out how to get up there. But as I was saying, while this is normally in Sandbox a pretty good survival spot, it takes a good bit of climbing to get up. Not as much to get down. You can kind of take a couple little shortcuts, but it takes a lot of climbing to get up to, so it's a decent, like, it's decent in most areas except for the fact that getting out to do hunting or scavenging or otherwise just takes a long time. But you can kind of, if you're careful, you can kind of drop down the mountain a little bit, like just little bits at a time to get down it pretty quickly. This is totally the old lookout.
That'll come in handy.
Must have gotten destroyed at some point. Before or after all this happened, I don't know. One would assume after or during.
This stuff will come in handy.
But, you know, who really knows? A lot of stuff here, though. More mountaineering rope. That is not something I really need. That is heavy. Very heavy. Can we climb this? I saw like a short ladder. I don't think we can.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
It's just that rope. That rope is very heavy. Alright. Yeah. Nothing to do with this tower. Ooh. Ooh, let me see if I can grab a screenshot really quick. This would be a good one. Yeah, that'll be a good screenshot right there for the thumbnail. It's also a audible note to me when I'm editing later. And I'm half paying attention because I'm playing some random video game to pass the time while I'm editing. That I need to stop and grab that. Ah, can I use this to get down faster? Hey, okay, that's an improvement. At least I don't have to carry this rope with me. Oh, though we can't use it because we're too heavy. I didn't think about that. We might be better off taking the dangerous route down, you know? No, it's not going to let me. That's a little annoying. And it won't change until I eat all that food. My problem is that I think I might have said this before, but I'm a slight bit of a natural hoarder, and if it wasn't for the fact that I'm also a tiny bit of a neat freak, I probably would be like one of those people on the hoarder TV shows. So, when I'm playing games like this, I grab every bit of food I can, you know? What the heck? What's happening? I'm clipping through some funny rocks now. Anyway, the problem I run into, of course, is that I've got too much food now, and I'm unwilling to let any of it go. Ooh. Can we get down from this safely? Maybe? Very slowly. See? No mountaineering rope needed. Just good old Canadian ingenuity, I guess. We are getting cold, though. I think my goal is going to be to get us to that lookout tower and stay the night there. Alternatively, if I run into too much trouble trying to get up here and I can't in time, I do know of another place. We looked at it earlier. It was down farther down the hill that we can go to stay the night at, and that's got a bed in there. It's not a very ideal location, but it'll work. Can we get up this slope? This looks like a no. I don't know. This is looking a little steep. If we can, it'll be easy to go the rest of the way. This is looking a little too steep. You can sometimes kind of cheese it, though. Like, if you find just the right angle, sometimes you can get through. Does not look like I'm finding just the right angle, though. Hey, this is where you get up. Okay. So it was from the front side, then. I think the railroad track's somewhere down there. I can't see it, but... Okay. I wasn't wrong, though. I wasn't wrong in getting up the original one. This is a different one. It's a new one. Yeah, that's where we were before. Yeah, this one, I can definitely tell this one's a new one. This one feels... The other one felt a little dinky, but not like in a bad way. Just kind of like a small mountain... Ooh, hey, look at this. A small area, little, like, lookout lodge tower, where this feels a little bit more grand. It's got like a runway to it, almost. Welcome to the new forestry lookout. Maybe we'll find some information on what happened to the old one. I'd love to know. Alright, so this building is unique, just like the little, what are they called? The camping, not the camping, the fishing huts, in that you can be inside them. There's no, like, loading zone. You can be inside them. You're warm. Like, you'll see I'm actively warming up right now. And then I get cold out here. So, you can be inside them. There's no loading zone, which I do appreciate. I kind of like it. And you really can get a look out of the surrounding area. There is, right in the middle of the screen, is the cabin we stayed at the night before. I doubt we really can see it from here, but more or less in that direction is the trapper's cabin where we started. Let's see, there is... Can't really see it. You can kind of see it from here. There's an overturned train thing in the middle. Train tracky thing in the middle. Right around here-ish. There's a logging road that goes this way to somewhere around here. Was my alternate area for us to stay the night if we got stuck. Yeah, it's somewhere down that way. And then the hydroelectric dam, which, if you know what you're looking for, you can see it. It's in the middle of the screen. It looks like a rock from here. Is out in that direction. And to be perfectly honest, that's most of Mystery Lake map. Mystery Lake map is pretty simple. There's not really a lot going on with it. It was one of the first maps made. They didn't, it's not like it's bad. It's just there's not a lot of, like, big improvements put into it like some of the newer ones. So this place is cozy. It's got a wood stove. It's got sleeping quarters, a legible note, crudely drawn map to a hidden supply cache. The text in this note is largely unreadable. This message was meant for someone. Hopefully they were able to decipher it. Fortunately, there are a handful of recognizable landmarks and a bold arrow pointing to a large X. Okay, so that's near the end of the rail tunnel. That'll be pretty easy. So anyway, this is where we'll stay the night. Let me just grab all the things. Make some food. There is another bullet. I'm surprised they keep giving me bullets without the rifle, but then again, it's sort of the kind of thing where when you finally find it, you'll be glad you have all these extra bullets you picked up. Oh, it's got a lock. Hank's lockbox key. Maybe we'll find it in the supply cache.
This gear is starting to slow me down.
Alright, cool. This is also a spot where sometimes the rifle will spawn in sandbox. Anytime you see these rifle racks, usually they'll spawn at one of them sometimes. Alright, looking at the time, I think we're about at an hour now, if you count what I cut out before. So why don't we stop here? I am going to go ahead and do the preparations, but I'll cut the video here. Next time we come back, we'll continue from here onwards towards the hydroelectric dam, where we might find some company. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!